Hello and welcome to Soap Secrets. Now, Coronation Street. It's a really big week for the younger Corrie cast. We've talked about this a lot because it's brilliant that they're kind of investing in the younger ones and bringing them through, because so often we see the older cast kind of being worked out and, you know, where are the new viewers? Where are we investing in them? And they are. So, Claire. Hi, Claire.
Hi, Hannah.
They really are kind of investing in this younger Corrie cast, aren't they? And it's a big week for them.
Yes, it is. It's a big week. So, as we remember, Rachel last week talked about little Amy now being 18.
I can't believe
that. It
that. Makes me feel so old.
I know. So she's 18. I just can't think of her as 18. But here she is. She's 18, and so this week she appears to have her drink spiked. So she's all grown up and she's got a hot boyfriend, hasn't she? Reformed drug dealer Jacob.
Yeah. Bit of a shock.
But he's reformed. So, but yeah, trying to go to university, and I think she's got some really good options open to her. So I'm hoping she will go. But here she is. They're doing they've got a Valentine's ball at the school, and Amy, Asher, Summer, and Addie have been at the dance, but they get thrown out because they're drunk.
Oh.
Daniel's being a bit, he's being very, very hot on the drink. So they've been thrown out. And the gang meet Jacob outside a nightclub, to go clubbing, so they can have some more drink. But literally, they literally get inside. They're not really that drunk. But once they're inside, Amy suddenly becomes increasingly woozy, really woozy. She's completely out of it. And she suddenly collapses, and Jacob realises what is wrong and quickly calls for an ambulance. And actually he saves her life because he puts her into the recovery position. But so this is really shocking. So at the hospital, Tracy and Steve, rush there and are shocked to see who they consider to be their little girl, seemingly like her lifeless body. And the doctors reveal that her blood tests show she has GHB in her blood system, so her drink has been spiked.
Well, has it been spiked? So they're saying, okay. So so her drink has been spiked. There's nothing she's taken.
No. So, which is something that is really shocking today, isn't it? That it seems to be on the up.
It does again. It was a sort of big thing when I was younger and going out, and now it seems to be on the up again.
Yeah.
But, Steve threatens, as a father, I guess you'd lash out. He threatens Jacob, the obvious sort of villain in it all. But actually, he's saying, Amy's will be the last life that he ruins. But Jacob, as we know, is supposedly reformed.
He is reformed.
And thinks that Amy's drink was spiked before the nightclub. Yeah. So, what's going on? And she's mixing in circles that are a bit dodge, isn't she?
Yes. So we know... So Jacob is completely innocent in that. And actually he called the ambulance, he realised what was going on, and he got medical help extremely quickly. So Steve should be thanking him, but actually he clocks it, he thumps him one. Of course he does, he's her dad.
Of course he does, that's the standard. And Joseph's gran Linda, who's mum to Joseph's mum Katie, turns up this week from Portugal and suggests to Chesney that it must be hard coping with 5 kids. So this is quite a good storyline coming up, isn't it?
Yeah. So this is a bit like the one we talked about in Casualty with Robin and being a single mum. Well, Gemma and Chesney have 5 children, and 4 of them are quads and still in nappies.
God, I don't know how you can even cope with that.
So that's 4 sets of everything, really, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And not only the washing, the heating, and as we talked about, price right, food has gone up. So you hear about on the news, the price of food has increased, everything's gone up, and we're going to have this gas price rise coming. Where it's going to go up by 50%. So everyone is really, if you're already struggling, it's just going to put you in much more financial hardship. And they talk about heat or eat. So this is a good thing to show a struggling family, and this is what they're showing here on Coronation Street. So Linda is we don't often see Linda because she lives in Portugal, and as I said, she's Katie's mum, and she is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. And when Dev spots her in the pub, what do you think he does, Hannah?
Oh, flirty Dev, maybe?
Yes, he doesn't. He's flirting madly with her, much to Bernie's annoyance.
Of course.
Of course. And so, Linda's trying to support Chesney. Her grandson Joseph lives with them, and when Chesney actually finally admits to Linda how hard life has been recently, Linda decides to stay a bit longer.
Okay. That's, that might be a good thing.
Yes. This story's going somewhere, so...
Okay. And in a lighter moment, Sally, poor Sally, we should say, she's not getting any loving from hubby Tim, is she?
No, she's not. And this is what I like about Corrie. They're just light touches. So as we remember, poor Tim needed, heart surgery, and pre-heart op, he, every time she got a sexy nightie or sexy pyjamas on and suggested they go into the hot tub and things, he was going no, because he was worried about his heart. And now he's had his operation. Sally suggests they have a game of landlords and tenants, and I'm just going to leave you to imagine what that involves, Hannah.
I can only imagine. I think Elaine might need to. She's kind of outstayed her welcome, hasn't she?
Yeah, she has, because she says he can't be doing any of that kind of stuff because he's still recovering.
I think the fact that the mother even knows about that kind of thing is just too much, isn't it? Just too much on every level. Right, moving on to Emmerdale, which seems to be being recorded in our house by my child, who seems to absolutely love it. Louise Jameson is joining Emmerdale as Rona's mum. Yes,
that's Rona's mum, Mary. It's going to be really great. So Louise Jameson, if you're an old Doctor Who fan, you'll remember her as Leela. I think I looked this one up. I think she was
Tom Baker.
Was her doctor, so I think that's the 70s.
EastEnders fans
will remember her as Rosa DeMarco from The Square.
Yep.
Another one, Tenko. If you're a big drama fan, I think Drama Channel are always repeating Tenko, but this was an early 80s drama series about a prisoner of war camp, Japanese prisoner of war camp set in the 1940s, and she had a big starring role in that. So, so it'd be really nice to see her play Rona's mum. And
absolutely. But this week in Emmerdale, it's the biggest story in town, right?
It is. And your daughter's going to love this one, Hannah.
It's Dawn and Billy's wedding.
It is.
But why? Why is Meena? Why could she possibly turn up? Surely, what is she going to do? Is this the finale?
We'll have to wait and see. So it is. It's just going to be amazing. I've seen Dawn's wedding dress and it's lovely because she managed to get one in time, because as you discovered last week, Meena snuck into her house and shredded her wedding dress, didn't she, which was really upsetting. But the wedding goes ahead, and unlike most soap weddings, if we remember at Christmas, Emma and Curtis actually didn't in the end get married. Billy and Dawn do exchange their vows. I was quite shocked at that. And Charles declares them, man and wife. So you get your hankies at the ready, because it's that bit's really nice. You always cry at a wedding. So the guests, they arrive at the wedding reception and they're knocking back the sweet sherry, as you do, thinking, what time's, the wedding breakfast? And they suddenly realise that the couple haven't turned up. Dawn and Billy haven't turned up. So, what's happened to them? And suddenly we cut to the viaduct, which is where everything happens.
Oh, it does.
Everything happens at the viaduct. I think Moira pushed Emma off the viaduct. Everything happens there. So serial killer Meena, as you so rightly guessed, Hannah, has popped up, and she has somehow kidnapped Billy and Dawn, and she's pointing a gun at them.
This is just, it's just absurd. How on earth it's just absurd. But okay, so she's doing that, but the gun fires.
Yes. Who takes the bullet?
I mean, part of me thinks it has to be her because that's been turned on her and she does it. Part of me thinks it just has to be because the idea of her just being taken off and put behind bars just doesn't seem like the finale that this character is likely to have.
Yeah. This is really, really big. And as the residents realise that Meena has returned, will anyone else get caught in the crossfire?
Almost certainly.
Or has murdering Meena's luck finally run out?
Well, I would like to think so. This has gone on long enough. And there's more romance because it's Valentine's Day this week,
Yes.
and Vinny has worked very hard to get Liv released and found not guilty for murdering Ben. And then this week he wants to give Liv a Valentine's Day to remember.
Yes. So he does this sort of picnic indoors, which is really nice. Puts a blanket on the ground and puts out food and stuff. And he presents her with a jewellery box. And Liv misinterprets the romantic gift as a marriage proposal. I think.
Oh no.
And Vinny is left disappointed when his romantic surprise backfires. What next for the unlucky couple in love?
They really are unlucky, aren't they?
She should have waited, really, instead of going, yikes.
Yeah, that's embarrassing, isn't it? Yeah, I think you need to wait for the actual question rather than going, yes.
Because it's not like he's done it in front of loads of people. That's,
No.
Where that's more difficult to say no when you're in a party or a pub or wherever. But when there's just you one-on-one, it's much easier to bat away, isn't it?
Yeah. No, awkward. Very awkward. Now, Hollyoaks, did we mention it's Valentine's Day? So, obviously in Hollyoaks you need to be watching out because Tony buys a bunch of red roses for his business rival, Damon. But it's not a peace offering, is it, Claire?
No, it's not a peace offering. And Tony has hidden a microphone in the bouquet, hoping to get some dirt.
Only Tony.
But the thing with doing something like that is it's bound to backfire, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so, yeah. But of course it backfires because what he does here means that he gets completely the wrong end of the stick over a conversation.
POV.
And he thinks Damon is trying to steal his wife.
Yes. So that's your funny angle this week for Valentine's Day, which is quite nice, I think, to have some lightness in Hollyoaks because generally there is no lightness, is there?
Yeah, no, there's not.
There is none. So this week we also see the funeral of Celeste. That's the third person who died in the explosion at the Salon de Thé. So we say a sad goodbye to Celeste. And then, of course, we have more of the evil Ethan. So, of course, we know that when the Salon de Thé was exploding, Ethan had accidentally killed his girlfriend lover Maya and had popped her body in Steve and Sienna's cleaning van, and of course Sienna had found it and found the body. Now Ethan has got these two just where he wants them, and they are frightened that they are going to be accused of killing Maya when actually obviously they didn't. So this week, Steve decides enough is enough and plans to go to the police. I don't know why he didn't do this in the first instance.
No.
But anyway, this week he's had enough. I'm not being blackmailed anymore. They can't pin it on us. I'm going to go to the police. But then Ethan fills him in on what kind of person Maya really was. We know that Maya was really evil, really, really evil, because we knew that she held Darren hostage because he had accidentally been a witness to a jewellery robbery, and as he's telling all this story, Ethan is unaware that his policeman nephew Sam is listening in. So now the secret is out, isn't it?
Yeah, the secret is out.
Yeah. And when Sienna thinks she has managed to get evil Ethan off their backs for good, he turns around and threatens her sister Liberty.
So romantic, this episode.
Yes, I know.
Oh, God. And well, finally, I suppose, in this week's episode, Yaz wrecked Misbah's case against Nasty Ali?
So I really hope she hasn't, because, Ali raped Misbah when she was a lot younger, and she had his son, and I would like Misbah to have, and all the other women that he attacked, I would like them to have their day in court. They should have their day in court. But Yaz gets her thumb drives mixed up and accidentally gives the Chester Herald the wrong story. So it should have been the one on cheating in relationships for Valentine's Day. That's a nice one, isn't it? But she accidentally gives them her story on Dr. Ali, and they run it front page. Yeah, I know.
That's not that accurate, is it? Come on, Hollyoaks. The press can't do that.
Well, Verity is aghast, lawyer Verity. This will impact on the case, and Misbah may not get her day in court. So that's really, really...
It massively impacts on the case, hugely.
Yeah. And late breaking news, Susie Amy will be reprising her role as Scarlett.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. I love Susie Amy and Footballers' Wives.
Okay. Well, she's coming back.
In the day.
She's going to make a shock return.
Oh,
so
very exciting.
Keep your eyes peeled for her.
I shall do. Now, EastEnders.
Yes.
Finally. Sam Mitchell will be making a reappearance in the square.
Yes.
But she'll be played by Kim Metcalfe. That's caused a whole lot of stir-up, hasn't it?
It's caused a lot of stir-up.
It has, because Daniela Westbrook, of course, was the original Sam Mitchell, and I did see a few strong words from her.
Yes. So they've come backwards and forwards between the two actors. I think when we last saw Sam Mitchell, which was at Peggy's funeral in 2016, that was Daniela, but this time they have gone with Kim. So I can't wait to see Kim reprise Sam's role, and I think we're going to see Sam up to more mischief, don't you?
Of course, I mean, as it should be.
Yes, completely.
And finally, and we keep saying this, the Nets appears to be closing in on Gray. Particularly given the explosion in the argy-bargy and then obviously where we discovered that Gray had hidden Tina's body. Whitney's onto it, but why is he still at large?
Well, because Whitney found out that, or she has quite a lot of evidence to suggest that he killed Chantel, and she took this information to the police, to DCI Arthurs, and he actually dismissed her ideas last week. So Gray is still at large. But of course, we now know where Tina's body is, but it actually hasn't. The Square haven't actually discovered it.
Yeah, but no, it takes a bit of a twist though, doesn't it? Because Kierat, really tightens the screw on Gray because he creates an email account with the name Chantal Atkins and starts emailing Gray.
That's really good, isn't it? I really
it's
like
brilliant.
That. I really, really like that. So we got Gray must just be doing he knows, well, we all know that Chantel's dead, and so it's not like he knows that she's coming back to haunt him from the grave or anything, but he wants to know who thinks that he killed her. So we've got Gray who killed his wife. So that still must prey on him unless you're really cold-hearted. So that must be preying on him. You have him with a premature son, Jordan, and he is a family man, so I think that will probably also be preying on him. And he's he's still sort of really controlling Chelsea, and also he's, tight on money. So he's a man on the edge, trying to keep all these secrets, isn't he? So this is, I think, this is just really going to make him start unravelling, don't you?
Yeah, well, you'd think so, although he's a cold, hard killer, isn't he? And he's done it so many times. So Gray thought he was the only one who knew that he had actually killed Chantal, and this is really beginning to spook him out, wondering who's doing it and exactly what they do know.
Yes.
So, Gray is increasingly desperate.
Yes. So he opens up to Kierat about the trolling, and then getting another email late one night. He opens his front door to a chilling discovery. So really, it's all really ramping up to really break him, I would say. Yeah, and I mean, I'm really looking forward to certain things because I think when Karen finds out that Gray killed her daughter, I think that's going to be a really good episode. Yeah. And I also think when Shirley finds out that Gray killed Tina, her sister, You know, those two.
It's going to be explosive when it does come out. I feel like it's running its course a bit now.
Yes.
But we've got the Chelsea part as well, because controlling Chelsea, and Chelsea's quite hard to control, but he kind of is.
Yeah.
She's low after having a baby. The baby's premature, like you said. And she switches to formula for Jordan because she's been unsuccessful with a breast pump. And that's the sort of thing that he doesn't like.
No.
He has control over, it makes her feel guilty about, isn't it?
Yes, completely. What will he say? Yes, as you say, you know, because little George, she's only just been able to hold little Jordan, so she had been expressing her breast milk. You know, not everyone can do it. Not everyone is able to do it. So, you know, she decided, you know, it would be easier, you know, and better for her and the baby if she switches to formula. But that's not what Gray wants. So what will he do?
And finally, Dottie's on a downward spiral. It's the anniversary of the passing of Nick Cotton, her dad, and she lays flowers outside number 23 to remember him.
So it's very interesting because, of course, at Christmas, poor Dottie discovered that Nick Cotton wasn't her biological dad. That was Rocky.
Yes.
So of course, but you know, Nick Cotton brought her up. So I'm going to call Nick her dad. And she lays flowers outside of number 23 to remember him. So it's a big thing for her when Nick Cotton dying. Vinny, smitten Vinny, is still trying to arrange a belated birthday party for her at the club. And when Dottie finally appears, she accuses Vinny of trying to embarrass her. And when she later spots Mitch picking up the flowers, she drunkenly hurls abuse at him as a horrified Rocky watches on. Because obviously now it's out, Rocky's going to have some, you know, fatherly feelings. And then, you know, much later, Vinny and Rocky find her unconscious and call for help. Can they save Dottie from her demons?
Oh, wow. It's a big episode for Enders, isn't it?
Yes, very big.
Wow. Okay, well, it's a good week all round, to be honest with you, Claire.
Yes.
So, yeah, on that note, keep watching through your fingers if you're watching Casualty, or if you're watching any of the others, particularly some of these murders. Hopefully they're going to come to an end, come to a head, particularly when it comes to Meena. But we'll be back next week, and, we'll have more information. Thanks for listening.